I've always been curious as to whether you can get 5 stars on your first island evaluation, because I don't think I've ever seen more than 3 in the many times that I've tried to make a 3 or 5 star island. Oftentimes it's 1 or 2 because you usually don't have much work done on your island by that point. So what I did was I started a new island like normal with a focus on making it look as nice as possible before checking my star rating for the first time. So we make our island, set our tent, invite Blathers, donate 15 creatures to Blathers to upgrade the tent to a museum, build a shop, build a bridge, furnish 3 plots, move villagers into those plots, and get resident services built. That's about 3 hours of work that I briefly skimmed over. Within those 3 hours, we took time to enhance the island in ways that I normally wouldn't. Bugs and fish that we catch are placed down as decoration. I weeded the entire island. I built the Able Sisters store. I took time to plant loads of flowers and trees. I built the campsite and another 5 plots to get the maximum 10 villagers on the island. And I decorated the island with a bunch of furniture that I acquired from viewers. Getting a 5-star rating is a very known science. There's a hidden point system that the game uses to determine your star rating. There's development points and nature points. Putting down furniture, building bridges and inclines, and moving in villagers, for example, counts towards development points. Planting flowers, trees, and bushes count towards nature points. So finding a nice balance between both of those categories is what will lead you into getting 5 stars. Here's the breakdown of how many points you need for each star rating. Before I check my rating for the first time, I should make sure that my island has met the total points that I need. There's a website that I'll use, nookplaza.net, to calculate my points total for each category. To do that, I'll have to count every piece of furniture, every tree, every flower, everything, basically. So we have the museum built, but Nook's Cranny is not upgraded yet. We have built the Able Sisters store, though, and these 3 all affect our development points. We have 10 villagers, but only 1 bridge and no inclines. I counted how many fences I have, and I placed down the 50 that you're given from Nook after furnishing 3 plots, plus I got another 60 from viewers, so that's 110. Now we have to count how many total furniture items that we have placed outside, and this is where it gets really annoying. I very roughly counted how much furniture I had, and I came up with 250, give or take several, because it was a very rough counting job. So 250 total pieces of furniture, and how many of those are 3 blocks wide? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 3-wide furniture. Next is furniture that costs 2,000 bells or more. Probably most of it? A quick glance around my island, and I'll estimate that at least 2/3 of my island's furniture is worth 2,000 or more bells. If you think I'm pulling up what every item that I have on my island here is worth, you got another thing coming. 2/3 of 250 total furniture items is 167, rounded up, and then next is furniture that costs 20,000 bells or more. What I can sort of do is go into the Nook shopping app and go through my catalog to see how many items I've cataloged that are worth over 20,000 bells. And in there I found 10, but considering I have repeats of quite a few of them, I'll bump that up to 20. And how much of my furniture is outdoor furniture? I don't know, man! Every piece of furniture has an internal value that says whether it's outdoor or indoor. I will very roughly assume that half of my furniture is indoor furniture, because I ain't about to check all that. So 125 pieces of outdoor furniture. I'd say that's another conservative estimate, considering a cursory glance at most of the items that I have outside definitely seem like outdoor items. That puts us at 668.5 development points, meaning we have cleared the 665 development points threshold for 5 stars. So for nature points, we need to count stuff like how many trees and flowers that we have on our island. This is slightly easier because we can see how many flowers we've planted in the Flower Power Nook Mile stamp, which is 205. Conservatively estimating that we start with 50 flowers on the island from the beginning, and it's reasonable to say that we have about 255 fully grown flowers. As far as trees, I've planted 25, but I have no idea how many you usually start with on the island, so trees I will count. I'll very cleverly be counting this by hitting every tree with an axe once and seeing how many pieces of wood that I have once I'm done. So I counted 161 total pieces of wood, plus 11 palm trees that I counted manually, giving us 172 total trees. Now for the number of DIY furniture items that we have placed on our island, which count toward nature rating since it's DIY, I guess? I counted 80 in my catalog, and then adding another 10 for repeats that I know I have sitting around. Among that 80, 20 DIY furniture items are 3 tiles wide. Stuff like spooky arches and glowing moss pawns have helped a lot. And that, if my calculations are right, put us over 450 nature points. So, by my admittedly rough calculations, we should have a 5-star island before having even checked it. We'll check now with Isabel to confirm. But I'm just curious if you can get high... Okay. Alright. Question answered. You can get more than 3 stars on your first island evaluation. So it is possible. You'll still get the normal dialogue about KK visiting from Tom Nook and Isabel, and the story proceeds as normal. The only difference that I noticed is that you don't get the golden watering can until talking to Isabel again about your island rating. So it seems like the game gets a little bit out of sequence, but it is otherwise pretty normal. So there you go. Another answer to a question that nobody asked. You can indeed get 5 stars on your first island assessment.